other results from the major leagues. And so, Emra, we're done with the Bundesliga and the La Liga. Now, let's move on to the Serie A. And the Italian Serie A matches a bar so any insunsansu pie mu nyina eba. Okay. Friday, Lecce eshe Fiorentina by 3-2. Saturday, Monza any Udine ebo goalless. Empoli any Genoa ebo goalless. Milan ekoshe Frosinone by 3-2. Bologna eshe Sassuolo 4-2. Torino any Salernitana ebo goalless. Napoli eshe Verona 2-1. Atalanta eshe Lazio 3-1. And then Inter Marcus Thuram enjoying the Serie A. Ono ebwa ema boboko Inter eshe Juve by 1-0. Easily my MVP for that game. Inti Serie A title no ene anfose eya kodi intensem, but still long way to go. Inter on top with 22 matches played. 57 points for Inter. Juventus have played a game more than Inter, almost 57. Milan, 49. And Atalanta, also fourth, or 39 points. So Inter seem to be the real deal for contention in the Serie A this season. I am Max FM, 89.7. Let's check out what happened in the French Ligue 1. Yemunra France and so nienhwe woman so omo league the appeal this weekend. Has anybody monitored the performance of Enes Nyama? I've actually watched the highlights of that game a battle between Lyon and Marseille. And if you never watched that game, please try and go and watch. Now what bisa I want say it is one papa said DNT and a Ghanaian coaches Eddie Abranton called Afcona. One more man in Sia Kanibi said there was Seka Obono. And as Nyama was easily the star of the French League. And Abra were born in modern na Nibobo Kono. One yomo Esia Kain Ewo League Animal. Yadino sem Eba. Ewo max 89.7. So, League 1 results from matches played this weekend. Oh, is that it? All right. Strasbourg, Ananufiada, Etnefi, Emma Paris Saint-Germain, Ekoshen 2-1, Enna Lens, and Sukoshen Nantes by 1-0. Toulouse, Esche Rams 3-2. Then Lorient went away to beat Metz by 1-0. Brest, any Nice, Ebo goalless. Lille, Esche Clermont 4-0. Monaco, any Le Havre, Ebo 1-1. Stade Rennais, Esche Montpellier by 2-1. And Alidou Seydou made a cameo appearance and he eventually made his debut for Stade Rennais in their 2-1 win over Montpellier. Then the pick of the pack was the one at the Groupama between Lyon and Marseille. Iwiena Lyon Ashe Marseille by 1-0. Ghanaian Yabrante Enes Nyama was voted the MVP after some amazing performance against Olympique Marseille. So to the English Premier League. I'm sure everybody's been waiting for this one. Okay, 9:26 matches from the Premier League. Everton 2, Spurs 2, Newcastle 4, Luton Town 4, Burnley 2, Fulham 2, Brighton 4, Palace 1. Jordan Ayew was a full-timer, and you should have seen Tariq Lamptey playing as a left wing back. He contributed to the 4 goals, and he was amazing. Aston Villa sukutumre ewo Sheffield asoya onko boom from 5 goals. McGinn, Oli Watkins, Leon Bailey, Yuri Tielemans, and Moreno. All of them 5 different scorers for Villa. in that win over Sheffield. Manchester United, Omubenyanu, Ontimichi West Ham, Eshe West Ham by 3-0. Rasmus Højlund, Eshe Baku, Ena Garnacho, Eshe Minu Edma, Eye Manchester United in that game. Mohamed Kudus lasted 90 minutes, and and to me, Amwa West Ham, Amodi and Kugu. Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth, Ebo 1-1, but there was an injury concern for Ghanaian international. Antoine Semenyo Uprae and Ufria Kensi. Liverpool 𝐿𝐿 away ewo Emirates and Arsenal Eshiomu by 3-1. Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard women share goals. No, Liverpool's goal was even an own goal from Gabriel Magalhaes. And dear Liverpool and ewo Emirates. Chelsea stayed at home and considered 4 goals against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves etimashe Chelsea eka mako and 9 omatimu mienu. Chelsea cried the can share first goal. Then they fell back 2-1. Around the friend that Sisi ebeye den eshe onwane home. Matheus Cunha ade baako beka on and afimpo osan ebo penalty emane ye 4-1 and sampo and Thiago Silva ebenya baako bi de kan one mienu ema Chelsea. So they lost at the Stamford Bridge by 2-4 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay, and check now you see from Amabuja for so the woman there Abba. You know, the show is incomplete without the African Cup of Nations, right? And now Ahomeda, the deal was on Saturday and then Friday. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are through to the semis. Ademola Lookman, amazing performance from that guy. Ono at Nigeria, Remu, the DRC. Also through the Big Guinea, 3-1. South Africa, 𝐿𝐿 2-1 on penalties. Rowan Williams, the hero for the South Africans, saved 4 out of 5 penalties to emerge the MVP as well. Mali, so any host nation, Eddie Bomua, Odisheba, that game will pass as my game of the tournament. Now, Cote d'Ivoire are winning 2-1. Nyasem Ketwa, they even ended the game with 9 men. Okay, 𝐒𝐏𝐿𝐕𝐄 got a red card after he took off his jersey when he scored late in the game. Inti Shenonson Famen. Now, around Tebako, also that pressure done so no Odion Kosunu or a penalty in the early stages, but the Malians failed to convert. Then he became jittery in the game. Of course, on 43rd minute, that was when Cote d'Ivoire went down by 10 men. Mali had already taken the lead from the 71st, but when it mattered most, Simon Adingra and Omar Diakite. Interestingly, these 2 guys all came from the bench. Internet say, boy, dear, or this about oh yeah, dang, and no any coaching, boy, and no any coaching. Nothing can convince me. They could coach. What MS5 has done, boy, no any coaching. Maybe any bomb you. All right, you can join us on our WhatsApp. Your overview of the African Cup of Nations. Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, and the DRC in the semis. Mienton come 05063671196. That's our WhatsApp line. Facebook is ubet me Eddie Adrian Bam on Facebook. I know Max FM 89.7. Then you join us with your comments your thoughts and all you want to say on the show. Good morning, Nana Adu.
Nana Darkwa, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Mpacha pume.
Adumarakwa.
Edanyamiasi. Ikuchanya watching Saba. I was just looking at my sheets. Na me who say in 7 doors away Europe. And sana ya stand see Africa.
Yeah.
I think Wednesday no said na ya discuss it. Say you 4 teams are Ajibida and 4 teams are
89.7 Max FM.
The quarter-final stage of the competition. You better the final 4. You all the nations now munji be than ifrimu. Man abeka nations are Amajibida in the final 4. I dare ring it through my mind that my course idea and where who make it that statement of body and one coach, you know. And then my dream course idea and so. Who you coaching few pedigree, epic, a play key role. History, a part. Into what tournament, na sa idea ni bo with Chidoma. Eboao. Me magia tum say team sa aka ni nyina obi age tournament ma eyeye. Ebi ameti magia tum. Obi age tournament na eyeye. The last time Nigeria won it 2013. 11 years ago. 11 years ago. That is 2013. That is the last time at the Super Eagles win year. The following 2 years, no, na Ivory Coast better year. So Ivory Coast, so the last time we win was 9 years ago. Our country, a friend in South Africa, the last time we win was 28 years ago. 1996. And of course, the Akaba Kono DR Congo, the last time we win here was 50 years ago. 1974. And imagine me say, the Ache pass or really the Ache.
89.7 Max FM.
Hey, DR Congo. Nana Darkwa. Into what countries back 8 now. The Ojibi Ache, hey, DR Congo. Ono so na 2 di nyina no odu final nko ade awade. Ivory Coast mienu final oje wakobi wentumi anje. Just like the 2012 own na Zambia show me in the final. Into wo hwa this particular tournament no ebie ni a lot about the Africa Cup of Nations. Nana Darkwa. This particular AFCON, a big and may assure say any football administrator in Africa. Ebe kwa kwa kushan bibi free Ivory Coast, e di abane mayemu. Any football administrator. The countries for we are and make a big statement when it comes to African football. And to per country be or GB you find them in. Oh, per country or GB you find them in. And to go into this tournament, now make sure countries are almost GB.
Right.
Ghana 42 years. Morocco 46 years. DR Congo 50 years. DR Congo eka final 4 no. And I was going to the DR Congo team no. When you hear the year, you heard the last 20 years African football. Or because DR Congo there's someone in big house when it comes to African football. But I heard the history of the country when it comes to the African Cup of Nations.
Max.
Now heard the current players see Academy DR Congo. You understand the reason why they are in the final 4. A year taibo the major leagues ewo Europe. You tie the top 5 no. Banka would trema kwa the top 6 ka the 6th one be the Portuguese league. The only goal score chart Portugal at the bench DR Congo team no. Because of experienced Cedric Bakambu. In which every country be to me happen.
Yeah.
But Marco tournament be. Na ebi obi wa current form. But the experience be obi one into Obama young chap no edi one asekaka. That is the DR Congo story no. So me hwe Wisa. Na me hwe Gatuka. Na me hwe Bakambu. Na me hwe all these players baby omu si akan. Na me di me di hwe etire ho. Atamaswaku scoring goal a obaka say the trademark. The same against Chelsea ni days West Ham. The same wasan sebio AFCON. Inti I say idea bi o tie from that angle. Atamaswaku. One of the best left back in Africa ha no. But obi abehwa DR Congo. Enya Ivory Coast, nenya Ghana, nenya Egypt, nenya Algeria. So eni ni ho. Oba he Chancellor Mbemba. Playing the Portuguese League, Argentine for FC Porto. Playing the Premier League, Argentine for Newcastle. Playing the French League 1, Olympique Marseille.
89.7
Into what football now you can watch now. They na all who be that.
89.7 Max FM.
That is the story of the DR Congo team. And to say hey, one will believe in history catch them say. Obi obi win tournament ni be your country be a obi ni be a cha. That story goes for DR Congo. Nana Darkwa. Because in Canada South Africa pet and 28 years ago. By in the last 11 years, so much be that. Nigeria 2013, Ivory Coast 2015. Inti, but person who how this semi-final games so during the midweek in Besiako. Banana, maybe after watching the quarter-final, my dear to a trophy to mark any country. Wow. South Africa for Omunishe Krano. At the back of them say they have the only coach at the tournament ni be down wom. And kwa kona sa ade ne ka ho a ontumi nyi mfiri mu. Because ade na ekokon no ono wajibi. Number 2, they have majority of players on one team. Now that's very important too. Very serious. A South African journalist was talking about the motivation behind Safa for at the Kunto Maka say, Baby, I'll do no tournament, who's the kind of match alpha? Thomas Lambo. Almost some motivation, no. If you remember Sanders. Kwame Mofaso was the last time I did the CAF Champions League. Sike Daso, Patrice Motsepe then was the president of the club. I can say, and the Sika were much more winning tournament than the Amonfa. A hundred that John now inspiration if we say
89.7 Max FM.
Almost no tournament, that is what they need to do.
Wow.
Into say, would do fine and I would guess, you can wafa. Would the second at the Obenyana wafa? Would the third at the Obenyana wafa? Would the fourth at the Obenyana wafa? Into one to men do wha? Oh, Kwan and Sansa, Aban and Sansa.
Wow.
So almost what there back air driver and that young guy no Mukwena in the midfield.
Yeah.
Super player from Super Sports United or the same form no I'm a Berodi Sanders and a key player in the South African team. On say tournament way Persita way Shadan who so sa nana. But because most of these players ever one team no more current form in the PSL no. And to me Persita umpie. Because they already have a team that. Now I was just going through this tournament, you know. I did about some of these clubs, and you understand the reason why. Oh, players of Musia can never want to Mamma cohesion into a moment show any. And I never acquired driver the South African team, I don't know. Nana Darkwa. Into me for say. My member South African team, Nabaso.
Right.
Nana Ebia Owaha. Josiah Waha. In penny for monitor. Made them any free me who be the baby who be don't kind me. Say yeah, Bob penalties. Yambo beyond the first 5. But a single goalkeeper at 4 out of the 5. Where will be that? Oh, football. World Cup, Euros, Copa America, AFCON, Olympic game, Under 20, anywhere. So be who be that on to money. Me who be that? Yanko beyond the first 5. Ebia go beyond the first 5. We may have a goalkeeper with
89.7 Max FM.
And no crying out. But the Yanko beyond the first 5. Not goalkeeper be 5 na ya ban wo to message be mu 4. Na da kwa ba ko pe na no. So what will be that kind me? So be sure will be that no team wo fie because we program where your program me who say yeah discussion amount for input message on the ban. It means amount for money game mu tie. Obi nto money yen. E wo your WhatsApp number. Me na me who be that? And this is a goalkeeper Osia kind in the PSL. Osia kind ebia akọ Europe and a big clubs. So me for say South Africa as on mine. Aye adwuma e was certain areas abo mo.
Right.
In recent time, how many goalkeepers so? But you be free or free me. The do South Africa team more free me. Yeah. Onya issue wa so mu bonu tu so mu kokun no. Was there. Now Kune. One of their great goalkeepers so munya Josephs. One of their great goalkeepers so munya. But imagine him say Abrante we them sisi ana e wo bibia. Or they guided the South African team. In the new penalty shootout, who say blessing your confidence in him.
Right.
And even back when I said no, he saw the direction. Now tournament there kwa. We are good that other poor 90 minutes may not be enough.
That's true.
So who you 3 goalkeepers are? Say at least back when the quality the kita they say or your shot stopper. A new penalty shootout he can save you. You kwa chrome hano when I you be kind say the strength yes ade no. So onim penalty chip in recent time. E be me yera kakra. So I think the South Africa for no eboa omo say we are going to a tournament. Na tournament ade be to maboa me win no sa ade we ka ho.
Right.
89.7.
So etuma guide you omo do some pempens to we mame mo baba so. From their defense to their midfield to their attack. How omo first to organize you omo ho. It's still kind this tournament to be honest. He got Bruce Sam in him say, "Oh, you're a very good coach." But were you impressing me to Nana Darkwa were impressing me? Me and had me who say, you know, when your last game and you before you go playoff, you know about 𝐾𝐂𝐿. You struggle to score one and a matter penalty, okay? You try to make the go say you win 1-0. I saw that there was something cooking, and very soon it will come out for the South Africa team.
So.
And then I started so be. Obeka ye pass qualifiers no ye ko home mo say 1 ni bi sika ko no time. Is it 1-0 or 1-1? I think so.
Yeah, the fatal coach demo stadium no son.
Football.
Okay, Senzo Meyiwa is the late goalkeeper.
Senzo Meyiwa. Meyiwa.
Is a Obi Oti showing at the bar.
And some can say show we there. Obetna one can the way Obi the baba. So meaning the American.
They already by find solutions or
absolutely.
Pram.
Yes. Senzo Meyiwa. One of the great goalkeepers of Munya.
But my all-time best South African goalkeeper is Edson Aranze.
Aranze. Later part no such a.
Or AFCON winner.
Yeah, 1996 goalkeeper no. Into almost well produced in recent times. I don't remember do some pempens. So Nana. Mami boy go Bruce Abaso. Any coin of us will defy all odds. What can I say coach when I never be tournament? Now I say go take decision in South Africa. But now on mine in your force say na ye. No defy all odds. Ma be kaya ye penny every president. Ebe tweet ye about Hugo Bruce. Na man for ka ho asem. In the semi-final way, a making statement.
89.7 Max FM.
You know what my idea? Now the Super Eagles.
89.7 Max FM.
Nana Darkwa.
Yes, sir.
I think say in recent times. So to me qualify bank dia. Majority of them to me enter into the final four. And yes, after Nigeria qualify. So let's look at when they won it in 2013. Yeko 2015 na mko Gabon you know. Nigeria didn't qualify. Ivory Coast winning. Na yeko Gabon 2017. Nigeria didn't qualify. Wamba. No about 2019. Okwoko dey bad him out of the group stage. Last edition okay. Omo winning all the games in the group stage.
Yeah.
No mo lose ya 1-0 to Tunisia in the round of 16. So Nigeria is team there. Obankwa there, he would like to qualify and make an impact. Wamba. No, they say any fear ye. Obusuma Tumako de be asked to make impact. So remember Nigeria team nabaso. I think that so far, gradually no, Ademana Lukman yin ne hupie. Ekobasa ye wie tournament in the year. Me final 3 best players for the tournament. Ademola Lookman will make a case for himself. Ademola Lookman will make a case for himself. And they are defensive organization. No? I bring in the best out of Pasero. And a leader in William Trostekon. And now guide you on the do some pension way. The Nigerian team.
Yeah.
So remember Musabaso. Kwanya mo fa so a obunya that needed result. What do you say? After almost a goal we no pressure ba almost pan. But Kwanya first of manage that pressure.
Max FM.
My about 90 minutes we are one concede. That is the strength of your team because strikers will score the goals for you to win games. But defenders will help you to win the tournament. So imagine you say any defense we make my organized to win this tournament. Among the 4, no, the Nigerian defense looks more organized than any of the 4. But what I've seen in this tournament, so I'm happy for Nigeria. I'm happy for South Africa. I'm happy for DR Congo. The last one, Cote d'Ivoire. I want to watch them the baby. Football, they are no anything. Coaching. Enra no, we need to one and Koye. They took a decision during the tournament. Only any ordinary team in free. But when you Mali, any Senegal. Nana Darkwa.
Yeah, that's
Paul mind be a move for say. Omo develop talent. But mut menje AFCON Libya, Mali. Highest Omako, runners up. It got to a time, omo the Ghana siaye. Our Samis, omo ye fimu. On 2 occasions in the last 10 years. So anytime you are going country, you are going to run, but don't want to win. Players be no win here. From say educator days. Eba su Musa Sissoko. Georgia Africa best. They know see I can Spanish La Liga.
Kanute.
Fadi Kanute. The Oniesian Ebo Olympic Lyon, no Super Bowl Real Madrid. Mamadou Diarra. Players been the MPM free on my friend Mali. Oh, there's a current squad. The Kwanya court na faso used to be Suma.
Max
90 plus 1.
89.7 Max FM.
Coaching. Media to say, or yera or kwanso. After not only the 1-0 no. I think kill game no. Because the change no yet this I go the buy. So they were in control. But not energy now Ivory Coast for the issue almost no. Simon Edingra going to this tournament, he was injured.
They named him as part of the team when he was injured.
He was injured. My mom for Quebec can say, oh fake injury. no ade release bar bonten say there is nothing I was assist about preventing him from representing his nation. No about bonten because I said he will be part of the squad. Even when starting that tournament, go make impact, he will come back in the tournament. Edingra has scored the important goal. Edomako the knockout phase. And who else? Seko Fofana getting the winning goal for the Ivory Coast team.
Born in the Akite they say you.
Fofana.
Fofana ball shot. Na the Akite didn't native flick here.
Oh, okay.
I know the Quaye Nana Adu onya second yellow card.
Yeah. It's true.
Fofana born.
Why when you
there be da. But the nature of flicky ball no Charlie.
But the Akite that they no defend here.
Offensively he was mad.
Yeah.
Okoban Kwao.
Or are they a lot to the team?
I'm saying that they'll miss him in the semi-finals.
And Matiste, about 4 players they're missing. Sergio Aurier is also missing.
Sergio Aurier is missing.
The Akite is missing.
Kosuno is missing.
Oh goodness.
I know the Abemi will say we no Ampany Ampase board the no any coaching Nana.
Oh, how does he ask them?
Of course, you do away with excuses.
About 3-4 key players. And
coach me and
or yeah changes now. Or we are able to those players they buy Ivory Coast team. You can see changes.
Of course.
Once the Ivory Coast any stable defense. This time man, we say why nipa. They are not just I can't say the last time. They know if you Wolves or Bobby.
Willie Bolly only came in after the red card to Cotonou because no he had defensive stability and balance.
And I feel say
Bolly came in and displayed maturity.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Who says that time we won? In couldn't be any bar. Minia me ya why na nya dwuma.
You're right.
Because I say be expose you. Because Colombia started ya dey ma so aba. So me feel say Nana Yamba Ivory Coast na baso be adu dia o man tuma nje kra na edwuma na mo fema coach no ntia so. He has done a great job bringing the best out of this player. And that day no me who say wow the pass we do be no bread. So the coach will have to change him.
Body.
No the player for the aba. But energy boys na dey ball no. Christian Kwame, Sebastian Heller, and me say a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Go say go na every game there more but amfa. What I said, Nicolas Pepe started the game. Otumu all the guys in here show signs be say. I told you the country can rely on them for them to get the good results. So I thought say remember 4 teams about so. For games the day na match remember so you benya that day preview game no straight. Na me kwakre bi on European matches.
Aye.
My man Arsenal there no.
Yo boss.
Between Arsenal Liverpool and you can say Inter and Juve. Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Big games during the weekend. But I feel say Arsenal system no working for them to win by 3-1 against Liverpool. Me who some good highlights in the game, man. Imagine them say Ebo Arsenal. Number 1, Kai Havertz first 9. Make us a Gabriel Jesus injury, was a blessing at the Arsenal. Because we saw something different when Kai Havertz Ebo was a first 9. It opened up for the likes of Martinelli, Odegaard, and Bukayo Saka. Anytime there are any flick in between the two central defenders, those players they take you over. So and now, also game the ball was Martinelli in who play. He had a good game. Until also go on a good game. Bukayo Saka the same. And Sana Obe free. And of course, Leandro Trossard. And this particular season, Emirates Stadium, some final goals be a crucial the Arsenal Football Club. Okay, Martinelli's goal against Man City. That ball featured from Thomas Partey. A flick from Kai Havertz. Martinelli go 1-0 winning against Man City. Okay, Declan Rice against Manchester United. From nowhere. And then Leandro Trossard. In recent times, you can team be a January signing be a making impact. So that signing we Arsenal here in the January last season. Abu Arsenal team no. Super shop. One man on complaining. Minutes or try to make an impact in the Arsenal team. And so any PF Trossard in the game against Liverpool. And was a similar goal when he was playing for Brighton and Hove Albion against Liverpool. And my phone said, and win no, it was a great win. One highlight I'm saying to who you make say Ebu Arsenal in the game. It's Georgie who are over the pair Declan Rice in the midfield. May you sure say Arsenal team no. Yakubu or started training with Arsenal. No behind him say the first match day squad will make this year no will be the game against Liverpool. But I better 2 days before the game no. Now you say wasenya some problem be on the stream. So press conference no Ateta confirm say
Yakubu e pra.
In terms of half strength na na e ha no. Minim the body but and one e ha na saying. But I'm hoping say you know by the middle of February no obey fully straight to about to the end of the season because I find they be run the crucial moment. Who's the Arsenal about 3 away games at Chiasso. About West Ham next weekend. No, I got tough more against Burnley. No, about the Champions League game against FC Porto. So I got 3 away games. I was starting the Dagao that game no. And not the Emirates Stadium no. They know Sam. It better take about 2 weeks. And now Arsenal will go home game. So the support behind Arsenal against Liverpool was super. Nana, so the G will impact. Oh, the pair. They can rise in the midfield no so. I work to perfection at my Arsenal Football Club. And changes oh yeah. Reece Nelson, Trossard, and all these players it make impact. All the difference they do be na yeah shake kakra. But once there is Saliba, anybody who pairs him, I bring the best out of all these players. So and now because Arsenal team was again on Liverpool side. And now almost miss the strength of a proper DM. So now expose Konate and Virgil van Dijk. And anytime we are no because the role of Fabinho is being missed in the Liverpool team and so be at the team. Because imagine say Fabinho fit team no. Omunya a like for like replacement in that particular position at the Liverpool Football Club. Unze Fabinho naturally no or shelled it. No cover a lot of space in that midfield. Anytime Biana, the number 2 and the number 3, ever steady forward no. Those players in sacrifice some productivity he covered for them. So a Liverpool Football Club. So before say Fabinho absent no, omunya a like for like replacement for that position. And from Liverpool Football Club. So make us say Enra, Arsenal take you over and Konate Van Dijk. Now there was a big hole. That is why the attacking midfielders no more exploiting those areas. At the Liverpool Arsenal team against Liverpool Football Club. Alistair has tried on several occasions that was situation on 2 occasions by Engineers and Sam. Make us say Edu baby they were missing the presence of Salah. Salah went to Yambo no air fetch more, but you know Luis Diaz so kakra. But Kwadiga put another messing in the game and Darwin next by second half and Engineers and Sam. So Nana, make us say it was a great win for Arsenal in the game of against Liverpool and I thought say Enra win no Arsenal be a Premier League title chance no more. It's not open. Man City Football Club, Arsenal, and of course Liverpool. And we be. But the winner Arsenal and Rano, I'm gonna make a big statement. And I'm going to be the followers of the English Premier League. So there's a big opportunity to say never to play for the Premier League title. Especially when a friend of players are recover to join the team and almost squad depth in Mbappé for the second round. Because playing the knockout phase of the Champions League, competing for the Premier League title, you need a strong, large squad numbers to bring the best out of your team. And I thought say, and we know it's a big statement. Like I said, it was a great win for them. Zinchenko going out in the second half for Kiwior. Kiwior are more conservative, more defensive. Now Zinchenko are more offensive. So no one say during the second half, the Liverpool team will put a lot of pressure on the Arsenal defense. So it was wise on the side of Mikel Arteta to do that change, bringing in Kiwior and changing Zinchenko. And I thought say Enra and also so Ebu Arsenal team now and more defense, a very stable in the second half. So Nana, it was a great win yesterday, and also because me tell me finger because other games said there me more, but just 1 minute spare on their course with Italy. Make us say a title contender game because but I couldn't say Owinia will close it. But also didn't say Owinia what at na shame. As to me chance about me the winning the Serie A title. But then why would not opportunity stress I give you understand the reason why Inter team is one of the teams to beat. Nana, what the ball about him heading? And na me who time na mu aden. Edu second half. Na ba store the free mu. Ma the average aba. Na me hwe player all free me player all ba. Defensive awareness. Look at that method. Nico Barella, Tahaglu, Mkhitaryan. A strong midfield trio. And I thought say Turambano or complemented the effort of Lautaro Martinez. Abwa the Inter Milan team Munya result of Munya. So, Nana, because it was a great win and ra. Inter for to Munya over Juventus in the Serie A. And that's my idea. Teams can be disappointing here. But Mecca said it was a great result yesterday for Inter Milan. They were home against Juventus Football Club. Nana.
2 minutes past 10, max 89.7. Thank you very much, Nana Adu, for your submission from the AFCON to the major leagues in Europe. Enche na yenua Josiah. So but in the meantime, we'll make a stop over in Abidjan when the lines and signal is clear. Now, for Yana Musini Yampofwankra, I come out from the happenings in Cote d'Ivoire. What's the atmosphere after Cote d'Ivoire qualified for the semis? Now, so Nigeria for no crown, so they in a one more camp. Good morning, Josiah.
Go on, Nana Darkwa.
Yeah.
Upon where?
Adum.
I hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah. Family, yeah, so. There's nothing like being with your family.
There's nothing like family indeed.
Yeah.
At the time I'm cheating for you now. Nana, I will say week we may invite never share a game back with Epiphany Warriors. Weekend we knew. We won 7-1.
Okay.
Yeah, I do ladies. Each almost everyone.
89.7 Max FM.
Max FM.
The wood pack.
89.7 Max FM.
Nana Krum. Nana Krum is right behind this Madina Ichiho.
Okay.
Honum Ashalibuche area ni Ekosron. So one of these years, I may invite you to never share. You enjoy women's football. Okay. Yeah, at the highest level. And then the people Mr. Prosper Ntosu, CEO of Epiphany Warriors, BBOBia, Nchiakesi and Komano. Nana, should I start off with AFCON? Now, I'm AFCON in Chassis. We are intensive na AFCON ni mo ede say baby edru team ni mu dia nana why your baby edru no say u team any AFCON ni mu dia nana why your pa because I can see the way the Ivorians are enjoying nana the Nigerians are also feeling the South Africans are also Charlie they are on cloud nine.
Right.
The AFCON has been a spectacle, Nana, and I think say it will go down as one of the best tournaments we've seen in recent years.
Okay.
It could go down as one of the best we've seen in recent years. The teams.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me try and establish contact with Yao if it's possible. Hello, Yao. Hi, Yao.
Good morning.
Good morning, Yao Ampo for Ankara. Na Bibia Boko there.
Yeah, come on. Everything is under control. I'm home, sir.
Nyame na me de me ntin kan metia ese wa bagana usanko. Eh, na is it what to akota Abidjan?
Oh, there be set proximity, no. Ghana near Abidjan, it's so near less than 1 hour by flight, so it's not a challenge as maybe Ghana to a friend is in DR Congo.
Matthias, but yeah, generally for you, how would you describe this tournament? You got several AFCONs. Now, Nana Adu Josiah Quaye, this AFCON might go down in history as one of the best organized and most competitive AFCON in history. For you, as an experienced journalist, what are you saying?
I think it's one of the most exciting so far. We're not done, but with just a couple of matches to go, no. I think it's one of the most exciting AFCON tournaments we've witnessed so far. And there's a lot more to come, because what we've seen even at only at the quarterfinal stage, Nana, it shows you, say, look, this is not an AFCON for predictions. Most predictions have been thrown out of the window. And one yeah, that is what's going to end this tournament. It's been an AFCON of surprises. And sometimes, Osha, you think the favorites are going to end up victorious, then they lose. You know, even during the game, the best teams sometimes end up as losers. Look at 𝐾𝐕𝐄. I mean, look at Mali. Things can turn even within 45 minutes. It's, you know, pre-tournament predictions, ongoing tournament predictions, they've all been, you know, thrown out of the window. And based on that, you know, I can tell you, sir, we cannot predict the outcome of the semi-finals, which are just 48 hours away, less than 72 hours away.
So, from your observation, untimi found sense obo enka semme ya mpovankra me madwimu de ebia Nigeria ana Congo ana South Africa ana Cote d'Ivoire na beji kruano. It's difficult to make such a prediction, I guess.
I think this is open. South Africa, on the basis of the way almost surviving against 𝐾𝐕𝐄 at a time when 𝐾𝐕𝐄 looked like they had a struggle on the game, went through on penalties. They've got arguably the best goalkeeper in the tournament. DR Congo, match after match, they are improving. They have not peaked. Will they peak at the semi and then final stages, which will give them an opportunity or the chance to upset Nigeria or whoever goes through the other semi-final? It's going to be very, very fascinating. And of course, the host nation believe that it is for them. One thing about the host nation that I didn't take into consideration. Now, I must say Ghana in the tournament is very good for them. Ghana is a good luck charm for them. They've won 2 tournaments thanks to the Black Stars of Ghana. And you know, they survived in this tournament thanks to the Black Stars of Ghana. You defeat, you draw to Mozambique. And Cameroon's win in their game against Gambia, they were able to survive. So they also believe that Ghana has helped them, because if Ghana had won that game, Ivory Coast would not be in the competition. And they are there again, right from the death behind. They came back to equalize in a match where Mali dominated. One of the best games we've seen. But what happened? They lost in the dying minutes. So the Ivorians feel that nobody can touch them. They feel untouchable. After all, if you are on the deathbed, oh, coma, then you come back from the death. What do you have to fear again? A dead man has no fear. The Ivorians. And mind you, Nana, when they messed up against Guinea, there was a backlash. And even Didier Drogba and the rest, Eboy, you know, Lalamon Kalou, all these guys came and said, why are you guys disgracing us? You blemished the jersey. This is not Ivory Coast. You are the host nation. You cannot humiliate us like that. And now the next day, Umunya Lifeline, the same people came back and said, okay, they say, I know your lifeline. Second chance. When you have a second chance, it means you have to take it. And indeed, they took that second chance, you know, against Senegal. They took it again against Mali. 2 very tough teams. So what would Ivory Coast fear in the semi-final or the final if they get there? They are the sentimental, the spiritual, the psychological, the emotional, traditional, territorial favorites for this tournament. But as we've seen in the past, anything can happen. In the last 4, you would say, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, DR Congo, South Africa, maybe in that order. But who knows? It could end up being South Africa's cup. It could end up being DR Congo's cup. That is the excitement, the beauty, the unpredictable so far.
I've seen you're very close to the Nigerian team. A couple of times when Nigeria for Edin Sawaso. What has been the general vibe around this Nigerian team? Victor Osimhen is not scoring, but he seems to be the driving force behind the team. Very big confidence with coach Inumu. And after Susukran, Uches Womu Boa, they seem to be playing for each other. Delamola Lukman, Onone, the Omonia Tuniswa, Washe Ghost, no Edma Omo. When you get close to that Nigerian team, what's the vibe around the team and what is working for them?
Nana, fantastic analysis. And in fact, you said it. You see, first day I buy, we encountered the Nigerians, no more training, of course. Now, Black Stars, and so I was the same hotel. But the Nigerians had a little bit of carefree, relaxed kind of vibe, almost as if there's nothing at stake. I saw but that was on the surface. The moment they leave the hotel onto their bus, demeanor from leaving Pullman Hotel onto their bus to the stadium, the consecutive times I've seen them, I've come up close, the vibe, the attitude changes. This was when we first came to Ivory before the tournament even kicked off. And I tried to get closer to get interviews. And a team manager now say, training I can talk to. Who do I want to talk to? And I'm saying, any of them, but Osimhen would be great. That was my first, interaction with them. Subsequently, who am around, some fans come, maybe our relatives, I don't know, agent. They seem quite a relaxed bunch of players, playing music on their little woofers and going for training. The usual Africans, we like singing and dancing and jamming and stuff like that. But on the pitch, they have a totally different attitude, a very, very serious attitude, and we've seen it. And I think match after match, similarly, Nigerians, so they improve it, but the relaxed nature of camp, I think is playing a huge role. Press day, media day for the media from across the world to talk to any player you want. It's an open session. You select the player you want to talk to. If he's available, now in Akasa, any coach, and they are all very willing to communicate. William Truss Ekong. Nana, the last time we had an open session, he wasn't feeling too well, but the guy stayed and conducted about 3 or 4 interviews for about an hour before he left to go for lunch. It is their duty to communicate that, and they are lovely bunch. They talk about their private lives, their struggles. Calvin Bassi talks about the way our clubs reject, Bebli no Chi or call London clubs no reject or call we no reject, but he never gave up. And he believes that this is his redemption, to say thank you to all those who still believed him. Look at Lukman. He said school. Now, he wasn't really interested because he just wanted to play football. But his family insisted, say, make sure you finish at least your secondary and go to college and then you can play football. He told me, he said, I was only interested in playing football. I started playing football when I was 7 or 8. And that was all I was interested in. And I was a very small kid. Many of them thought I couldn't make it, but I knew one day I would make it. So personal stories. The coach himself, who was with 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, transfer program between Portugal and 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, and he was with Sporting Braga at the time, a few years ago, left to go to another Portuguese club, went to, I believe, Venezuela, and Osamba or called Nigeria. He also feels that this Nigerian team has a lot, and sometimes he struggles to tell them to hold back on their expression and their play, which means that there's still more to come from these Nigerians, almost exploded. If that is true, and in the semi-final, we see yet a better version of Nigeria, and maybe they'll peak in the finals. So Nigeria has a different vibe altogether. Not to say it's perfect, but you do not hear of any negative stuff. They've been able to keep that under wraps whilst at the media, so that they don't have any issues with maybe speculations and rumors and all the rest of it. Or issues that maybe coach, maybe captain, maybe team manager, they are all at your access, but they always monitor and make sure, say, your question does not infringe or cross the line between what you're supposed to ask and what you're not supposed to ask. So for Nigeria's camp, they have a good vibe in.
Well, that's awesome. But amongst the 4 teams, amongst teams 4-year-old competition, in the last 30 years or so, Miensa Ajibida, South Africa won it in 96. Nigeria won it in 2013. And you count them. Cote d'Ivoire, Esujino, 2015, and even in 92. The Mubuzane said, Congo for Omujibi 50 years in you. Although they are playing and seem to be having some kind of a fairy tale run in the competition. No. Obian Shedan Komwa Sembebre. Cote d'Ivoire, Omo competition or no. Do they think they could cause a surprise? Can they be the upset of the competition?
A very good point. And Congo, hopefully, I'll try and get into their camp. But obviously, I think the pressure that is not on them, expectations now, has helped them. Because in all their games, I said 50-50 chance, be maybe a little bit of an underdog. So, and in almost so that much. And perhaps that has helped them in a sense that nobody really expects them to win or to go this far. Having reached this far, however, they will be the first to tell you, sir, there's nothing to stop them from getting to the final and winning a cup. And there's a confidence that is going through their campus. It's a huge country, man. And interestingly, they are pretty far from Ivory Coast, but our numbers keeps increasing as far as the supporters are concerned. I can tell you that the South Africans also had a lot of supporters coming through. Surprisingly, Cape Verde, they also had a lot of supporters at the quarterfinal stage.
Wow.
Especially as you just mentioned, DR Congo, they would feel that after all that we've been through, unexpected, we have a chance. The host nation normally throws its support behind a team when they play. And I think now they are swinging towards DR Congo and maybe slightly towards South Africa. But of course, now that we're in the semi-finals, it's all about Ivory Coast going all the way to win the tournament.
Wow. Okay. There are mouth-watering fixtures coming up on Wednesday, and I'm sure by that time we'll get to talk more and get into team news from both, games coming up on Wednesday. Yamisha, that's it. Sonia Kasa, proudly sponsored by Techno Mobile.
Quick one, whoa.
Okay,
hello, Nana. Mauritania coach Meneno Kasai a couple of days ago.
And
I told him, say Ghana is looking for a coach. He is aware. And maybe said, will he be interested? And I said, why not? Who wouldn't like to coach a country like Ghana? But nobody has contacted me. This was a conversation between myself and the coach of Mauritania. Whether he has to apply or he has been shortlisted, but he is available. And from his comments, positively said, who coach Ghana? No.
Hello, Yao.
Nana, what's the maker?
It's okay. I'm saying you might wait. Say, "Can you want you want Obia o uka huamudi coach Doya ba Ghana." The way they a simple job now.
Anyway, Menena Kasa, and say if they contact him in the next 24 hours, and I said they've already contacted him. As I said, Menena Kasa a couple of days ago, may try to feedback, but what basically he's saying is he's available, so he could be somebody. We've seen his handiwork. I'm a Mauritania over the last couple of years, and I said when he took over, you can see his handiwork and his fingerprints. What do you mean? Say the guy has a philosophy, and he's a young coach. I don't know the coaches that have been shortlisted and the amount of money that has been earmarked for salaries, but for him to say, yes, I'm aware Ghana is looking for a coach. Yes, why would I not be interested? And then, of course, nobody has contacted him yet. Those are three key factors that we need to also bear in mind. I know they're exclusive to Max FM this morning.
Thank you very much. Bayana Usha, Coach Ben Agana for Bakofa.
Well, Nana, I've read somewhere say Rena is not. Ghana cannot afford Rena. That is what I've read, but officially, I've not seen any such communication. I think it was an FA member who may have made that remark. But when you say we cannot afford, how much are we talking about? And when you say we cannot afford, can we not bring our heads together? If Abayin can only promise 50,000, it would be helpful on the FA to try and add up the balance by also engaging and reaching out to corporate Ghana to close the gap. But anyway, let's see the kind of coach. For me, Nana Unim said, I've always said, it ain't a coaching problem alone. It is not a coaching problem alone. There's a whole range of issues that need to be dealt with from bottom up, down, in order for Ghana to get back to, walking gradually back to health. Right now, Ghana is in the coma in ICU, and it is not just about bringing in a coach. The drip will not rescue Ghana. It is beyond just a drip. We need more than that. And I'm sure those tasks or given a responsibility to manage Ghana football would be the first to admit that. And they should stop this Kwame criticizing. Kwame Onye Nipa, he's against us. Kofi on criticizing delay. That kind of mentality is retrogressive. It is prehistoric, and you will not get anywhere with that. Open up, take criticism, and respond to your critics positively. But eliminate or alienate half the media, a quarter of the media, because they criticize you are actually digging your own grave. But I know they listen to this show all the time. That is my message to the FA. I'm a member of the FA by virtue of Ghana Beach Soccer, but that does not stop me from expressing my views as a Ghanaian, a citizen, and a very concerned journalist with regards to the state of our football. I mean, last member, immigration. She was not happy at all. She was not happy at all. And you are also part of the system. You are part of the GFA. What are you doing? Then it makes you feel, say, indeed, in the media or those close to the FA, we need to set up and tell certain truths regardless of the consequences. And if you be tagged or labeled, that is the least of our worries when we try to push in and do the right thing.
Aye. Ankara. All right. Yada Sinyamisha Sonia Kasene, safe journey back.
Nana. But that's it.
All right. That's former BBC sports journalist, current president of Ghana Beach Soccer Association, and our very own head of sports here at IMAX Media. Yao Ampo for Ankara. Yao Star Ankara. Live. All right, back to you, Josiah.
Anna?
Yeah.
Yama ya audio today, me yanke. You be remove, but as a time remember.
Oh, remember.
Wakasapa.
Yeah.
Wakasapa. I think, Nana, say, in this part of our world, we take criticism on a different note. So what you see, bank ideally, and woman so ubetumpon wo bibiemua. It's criticism. So what you say. So because you see, and I see how yeah. So that's how we need. But sometimes. Obi criticizing yet nothing, then we feel that the person is our enemy. But we say, Obi some power someone gone. So I think that it's one aspect, wherever we find ourselves. I say it's something that always when it comes to any department, if it's politics, maybe sports, or criticize you, it looks like you are an enemy to the person. But then I believe that there is something we call constructive criticism. You are not just criticizing.
But you see, there's a difference, a sharp difference, right, between criticizing constructively. Okay. And then accusing people falsely, tagging and labeling people wrongfully, and then calling people names. And there's a thin line between our definition of criticism here and that style. Yeah, do na obi person can be crazy no champa. No free flow. No, can't fra. That is, you see, so we should be able to draw the line.
Exactly.
Who
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we are meant to educate. So what you say.
Yeah.
Now, as a blasters in some day, and I ban as Nana. Nana, let me do the AFCON. And I think that gradually everyone is coming to accept say this is by far the best AFCON we've seen in recent times. Nana.
Yeah, the pointers are clear.
No, and from whichever angle you choose to look at it, drama, quality of football, Nana coaching, everything that has to do with football. I think that this tournament has really served Africans and the whole world, Nana, at large. I was looking at the Nigeria game, Nana, and at this point,
Tony just sent me something. Okay, I'm sorry for the rude interruption, but was sending me a picture of an artwork of the former president, President Mahama.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm quoting the former president. I said, we will build the new Black Stars based on homegrown players. The core of the Black Stars must be made by domestic players. I'm sorry, Mr. Former President, that's not your work. That's not your duty. And Mrabian Jersey national teams are successful when you are.
So the Black Stars, they do be
Akumaso. But I'm saying, we shouldn't mix things. Charlie, the bigger picture is the economy.
And you Black Stars,
that should represent my priority.
And you Black Stars, and you Black Stars.
It can't be bad.
And then you wait, and then we check.
Yeah.
Onya
we money lantimo.
No, one better wage for a go. That's what I was talking about the Nigerian team, and Nana, it looks like at this point, share or more four teams now. I think it's Nigeria are clear favorites now. Because you look at the kind of football they are playing under Coach Peseiro. And you see, I was just comparing Nigeria to the three other semi-finalists in the tournament. And when him say Nigeria is the only team and they don't win their games from the bench.
Yeah.
They always rely solely on what? They are starting 11 to what? To win them games. They barely win their games from what? From the bench. Why? Because they have so much quality in what? In the starting 11. Now, how many times have we sat here to talk about the kind of system Coach Peseiro has deployed throughout the last 5 games they've played in the tournament? From a 4-2-3-1 system, to what? 3-4-1-2 what? System. Or 3-4-2-1 with Osimhen leading the lines and Ademola and Simon backing him. And I like what you said, say, boy, what me say coaching. Know what you have and know how to utilize it. Nana. And that is what the coaches are doing. Know the materials you have at your disposal. Know the strengths and weaknesses and know how to deploy them.
Yeah.
And Nana, today I would want to, discuss and delve deeper into how these coaches are tactically winning games for their countries, respectively. We spoke about the Nigerian team and we said, Nana, baby, almost strength, no do what didn't do 1 year, the attack. But then we've also forgotten, in the tournament so far, now they are the only team to concede just 1 in the tournament.
Yeah.
Into goals, they do 1 year, but then we know how to defend the goal. And that's what they've been doing. 1-1 Equatorial Guinea, 1-0 against Cote d'Ivoire, 1-0 against Guinea-Bissau, 2-0 against Cameroon, 1-0 against Angola. Now look at the trend. Goals near the do, but when we score, now we know how to defend the goal. They've kept so far 4 clean sheets in 5 games. Until so far, the only team I will breach on with defense is the Equatorial Guinea team. One would say Osimhen is struggling in the tournament. Nana, he's not struggling. No. Nana, what done in the ball no, to what? To suit the Nigerian what? System.
Yeah, you're right.
Bono. What done no at the heading? Eddie shooting Nigeria forward system no. So the Osimhen who will go to Napoli and be a finisher is now playing for Nigeria as what? As a what? A striker and also some way a what? A number 10.
Yeah, some kind of a playmaker.
Yeah. Because this is a different what? System altogether. He's covering more distance than the other what? Two attackers he's playing with. His other play has been top notch. Because he knows, say Obumbenya the best out of Ademola Lookman and what? Moses Simon. He needs to work what? Extremely what? Hard. Nana who would have thought, say Ademola Lookman, at this point, Nigeria forced Ashe 6 goals in the tournament. He has scored what? 50% of the goals he scored. 3. All thanks to the movement of what? And other play of what? Victor what? Osimhen. So these coaches understand what they have. Nana, and they are using their players to what? To perfection. In the first 3 games, we all thought Osimhen was their best player. Yeah. In the 2 knockout games they played so far, Ademola Lookman has been by far their best player. In the first 3 games, one Shegu. In the next 2 normal boys, he's been their most important what? Player. And it looks like gradually each and every player is relishing role now. Yedi Amano. Seydou Sanusi, Ola Aina, Frank Onyeka, Alex Iwobi. Nana, I think that we are not giving them the credit they deserve for what they are doing so far in the tournament. Because to play the AFCON, in recent times, the only team who bought AFCON who considered the least number of goals, it me win the title, no, was Egypt. In the 2010 edition. 3 goals, and I'm conceding. Now, so far, Nigeria, in 5 games, they've conceded only what? 1 goal.
It tells you about their defensive
It tells you about the defensive setup. And you see, the defending doesn't start from what? The midfield, but it starts from where? The attack.
Wow.
Osimhen 2 mikasa na ka fa ka se da bi. Abrante aso anu bibi.
Yan test on sure.
Yan fa na mbra ne yan hwe ni mojem. Because they are playing as what? As a unit. And each player understands what is what? At stake. Nana. And you know no better so a calf player of the year. Yeah. He knows what is at stake. It even Ademola Shego Mpoa. Just look at how he celebrates more than Ademola Lookman.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Nana, they are only 2 games away from their 4th title. The first in 1980, 94, 2013. Nana, they are just 2 games away from their 4th title. Just a moment back on the crown, yeah, 3 dada. Omo one, omo first one, 1980, yeah, 3. If they should see off South Africa and make it to the final and win it, Nana, that will be their 4th title. Then I'm looking at Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
And I said, tournament zone. Tournament in Kanu Group.
I'm going to say they were dead.
No, tournament. No. And I like what y'all said. Say, I said, Wako Koma, Nana, by chance, be why was in Yanibib. I said, who knows through Wobib? Because we was hiding, was sorry. And that is Nana what they are using. That is their driving force as we speak.
Yeah.
Say, Anka, we could have been out of what? Of this tournament. Now, after the 3 games they played in the group stages, on the last 2 games of my ball knockout stages, no more extra time.
Okay.
But look at the energy they are playing with.
Yeah.
Against Senegal, they went to extra time. They won via what? A shootout. In this game too, they went to what? Extra time. But then omomodi mo ntomo anya den ambo shoot out. And then look at the changes. Look at what the coach did. In that game against Senegal, super sub no. Yeah. Nicolas Pepe, the creator. Yeah. I don't know about penalty no. He came up from the bench. 𝐿𝐏𝐿𝐻𝐒, the scorer, he also came off from what? The bench. Yeah. In their last game, Josiah Quaye Nana Adu, Adingra, he came off from where? The bench. Yeah, 𝐒𝐏𝐿𝐻𝐒 also came off from where? The bench. That is what the coach is. That's his biggest what? Asset or attribute as what? As a coach. In 2 games, Nana, he's won the game from where? The bench. This is a typical what? Game reader. No, even after going the man down, you saw the ball they were playing. Hey, ball the ball, boom.
Kind of football be interesting.
How can
you? There's a demonstration on the 14th, and there's a GFA meeting the press in Kumasi on Wednesday.
Nana. So look at what MS5 is doing with this Ivorian team. It looks like he's struggling to find Nana. Ask a question in any they are still lacking what? Cohesion, even in the defense. It's so evident that they are what? They are struggling in defense. Because amongst the 4 semi-finalists now, Nana, they've considered the most number of shots on target. And they've considered the most goals. Now, Côte d'Ivoire in the tournament already, no more consider 7 goals. Nana. Until the number still compare Nigeria, you can see the Nigeria defense is what? It's far ahead.
Much better.
7 goals, oh, as compared to Nigeria's what? 1. As compared to DR Congo's 4. South Africa consider only 2. It is so far the only game Côte d'Ivoire it's me keeping clean sheet. Opening game against Guinea-Bissau. Yeah. They keep conceding in every game. But then at this point, the coach doesn't care. All he cares about is what? Winning and moving to what? The next level. And that is what they are doing perfectly. And Nana, if Côte d'Ivoire should go ahead and win this trophy, Nana, it will be one of the most iconic moments in the history of the AFCON.
Losing 2 group games.
No, losing 2 group games.
One by a margin of 4 goals.
And they could have even gone out if Ghana had what? Had won. Yeah. Now Omar no more be the tournament favorite, defending champions, Senegal. Then look at how they won against Mali. Baby, no, Mali for no. Nana, they were playing with what? With fear.
The fans have been crucial.
No, they've been superb for this team. And I believe that the team, after every win, they will dedicate it to the fans. Yeah. Because they deserve it. Nana, with teams like this, no, all they care about, the fans care about winning. They don't care. Oh, they're budgeting 100 million. Nana Mungo winning. No one cares about what? The money you are budgeting for what? For the tournament. Because theirs is what? The fun of it. Theirs is to what? Enjoy the what? The win. Now, Soloku Muchu Abidjan. Obviously, head of sports as I would get the work. What's that? Abidjan Edu, Nana. And Nana, let's credit MS5. No, tactically, the coach is out. Tactically, he knows what he's about. Adingra is 22 years old. Yeah. 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐒 is 20 years. We've spoken about how he starts a 36-year-old Max Gradel and a 32-year-old what? Sherry. Yeah. Now the coach as he knows what he has. So using the players he has isn't really a problem for him. And just look at how they were playing. Well, normally for nothing, not then and there. Because after attacking the referee, the frustration and everything. Because coach got to say, "Nana, you should get the good no ganga." Oh yeah, because he just the coach was there, he couldn't believe it. He was just dumbfounded. You didn't see good no ganga. Now hey, ball. Oh, there. And you could feel the roar because the Malians were thinking, Nana, the game was moving to what? To a shootout.
Yeah. And they were confident.
And they were confident. Now, See, and if they had cleared that ball, now not to be clear that ball now that would have been it. And got referee the ball. But now look at the key event. A penalty given away, penalty missed, red card, conceding again, equalizing in the what? In the 90th minute of regulation time, then extra time again, Nana. And look at the chances of Mali Nyai. Nana, sometimes football, Obika was a lack any football one Paneboa. Say, you can't, because some of these things, Nana, the way it's, it's strange. Say, team or bobo, the money opponent red, when your penalty was saying, till last minute, extra time, so last minute, I said, you. How? The script said no one, you can't even sit down and imagine something like this. Because even when they went down by a man, Mali for the best share, I was like, oh, wait, it's game over. But then look at I was just surprised.
Yeah.
So the only thing is maybe history could come into play again, because whenever they've hosted it, Nana, they've not won it. When they've hosted it, they've not been able to win it. But then aside that, Nana, it looks like the stars, have an aligned for them. Nana, DR Congo. When the going gets tough, now sometimes you need your star players to step up. Omo goes to DR Congo. Arguably, they are best players.
That's true.
Bought the biggest teams in Europe. And Eshemo. Chancellor Mbemba, Joan Wissa, and also Atamaswaku. Now, three players were arguably their best players they have in the team. Where are leaders or more a team? And I think so the day, Nana no one they a bro Guinea for so. No, even the Guineans came to understand, say, in Gofono money or Mobon, they own team. Now, this is a team, this is the first time we winning a game in Wales, regulation time. Throughout the tournament, we winning game behind normal time. That's the funny aspect of tournament. You just find a way to win. You always find a way to qualify for the next round.
Yeah.
That's why each game or the next game is the most important game. We are talking about the fact that they've not won the tournament in 50 years. The first time they won it was in 68, and they won it again in 74. For 50 years, Nana won the tournaments. No? But at this point, Nana, every team I work with Hobiano, Nana, is a potential winner. Team B I work with a potential winner. And I like the way the DR Congo's play. Say if it's about the physicality, because they were able to match the Guineans physically. Now let me end with the South Africa game.
Yeah.
Rowan Williams. Now I think that he's a national hero already.
Yeah, he is. Even if they don't win the cup.
Also, muchas as even man. Where's the 20 acres? We much to man. Now to make 4 saves, penalty saves. In the first, Yanko starting there too. First round of a shootout, then you save 4. Wow, Nana. Wow. No, my Sundowns boys don't move.
Yeah.
Sundowns boys, no, they are really enjoying. They are really enjoying this tournament. At least keep at the way say they are back home. Only say Nana original line so after he saved the first 2, and the who be 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 players ni.
After the 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 for non-practice penalties,
even if they practiced, Nana, it was, excuse my language, it was the dumbest way of taking penalty. The first 3 notch here, it was at what? The right hand side. And it was a middle low. Omi no the 250. Obi anko low and also anko top. It is a 2 abebo. Nana no normal but the same direction. And the goalkeeper keeps diving to that way, you can say, spot. Why don't you just At least add some variation, KK. Either go top or what? Or down. Because we named your catch said the goalkeeper's weakest point, then right hand side, middle. Oboko wana keep an eye then, atoni why then, ako no achi. In go for two no mo year so musisi mu no. Ba ko ne de na then, e share na yesa achi ba ko de no.
Yeah.
It you keep hitting the middle and you see say a goalkeeper is what is saving it. Why don't you just go down? But now let's not take anything away from Williams. I think the players are justifying why 8 of them are coming from the same team. It's justified at this point, Nana.
Yeah.
Why 8 players? And I think it's the most, they have the most representation at what? The tournament. Me who team be the players at those do have same Mamelodi Sundowns. Having 8 of their players starting for the South African national team. That's some great achievement for the club. And it shows you the level of Omedru. Now, it's all about cohesion, Nana.
What is it about?
Secret in cohesion as a unit.
Yeah.
Because if you have the back 4, including the goalkeeper playing for the same team, middle 2, no pivots, no Obako, Obo Sundowns, wide players, who Obako, Obo Sundowns, attackers, who Obako, Obo Sundowns, and some extra players on the bench, all playing for Sundowns. Nana, it speaks volumes about what? What a team is made of. I don't know if they'll be content with what they are. Because we share teams now can as a quality, no, as compared and what I've seen, form. But maybe they might not be content with what they've achieved so far. Maybe Hugo Bruce will be looking at what? Making history with this team. Just like 𝐿𝐏𝐻𝐕𝐄 Renard has done. Because it will be huge in the history of South Africa. Imagine less times. Because Nigeria has got 3, Congo has 2, 𝐶ôte d'Ivoire has 2. Imagine 1.
Yeah.
So maybe he will just wish some bet me him. Now, Oshe semi-final matchup now. Nana, you have the best 2 defenses so far in the tournament. South Africa. You know they've also not considered since their first game against Mali. Against Mali, conceded 2 no. Conceded goal. They've been able to keep 4 straight clean sheets, just like Nigeria. So you have the best defenses going head to head, and you have Congo, and also 𝐶ôte d'Ivoire going head to head. Nana. So I feel that when the time comes, maybe we would have to critically analyze, Nana, the chances of these teams. Nana, Maminye unusual story bako. Calvin Phillips. And then me catch us say Akrano they didn't know like they omuye they for Akrano keke. But the guy is not what or who we think he is. In their first game against Bournemouth, so was Ochegu. Against United in so he was at fault for what? Garnacho's goal, second goal. See, I can say, you see, player be one, if the player is good enough, Pep wouldn't sit the player down. If the player was that good, if Calvin Phillips was the player he thinks he is, Nana, even when he's back from injury, Pep will allow him to play. But I mean, Ten Hag Abaso and the boys. Well, now, they bought Ten Hag Abaso. And I think gradually, it looks like Højlund is beginning to gain his confidence. As a Højlund confidence, the heading, in Kakan heading, and I'm very happy for the guy. Nana, Atletico Madrid, they've done so well for Girona. Because if that win had happened, Madrid would have opened a 4-point gap between themselves and what? Second place Girona. If Madrid hadn't, Atletico Madrid hadn't scored in that extra time, Nana Kaminu can say it would have been 4 points between what? Real Madrid and Girona. Now it looks like the game is what? Still back. The title race is back on. Because now Madrid lead Girona just by what? By 2 points. And I think that Nana, it will go far. I wasn't shocked by Inter Milan's victory over Juventus. Because on Friday I was telling Mutala here, say Juventus, Europe now, they've considered the least number of goals, 10. This was their 23rd game. Nana, 10 goals conceded. They have the best defensive record in Europe. Nana, no two ways about that. And you know, games between Inter and Juve, Nana, they are keenly contested. Very, very close games are. You hardly see say goals be riding a PM. So after that goal, I just do say Inter, Nana, we're going to carry the day. Now they've also opened a 4-point gap between themselves and Juve with a game in hand. Nana, if they should win that, that would be 7. I think they've run away with the title. Nana.
Inter.
Wow. Juventus do not have what it takes. Nana. And yesterday's game was even enough for you to see, even when it comes to quality, Nana, Inter are far ahead than any other team in Italy. A bad quality, per player quality, because they have a like-for-like replacement, Nana, in every position. And now Marcus Thuram, Munim Yobai, Marco Anatovic. When they take off Damien, they have a Pavard or Denzel Dumfries. If the player be on your team, Nana, there's an equal replacement for the player. They have the best squad in Italy. And from where the league, Nana, I wouldn't be surprised they can translate that same form to Europe. So much to be Atletico fewer. Because how many Atletico, Nana, some game they did. Nana, it's one game I will miss. But Nana, to score 50 plus goals and concede just 10. Nana, that's huge for Inter Milan. And at this point, I think they are winning the league. Nana, may that say.
53 minutes after 10 a.m. You deliberately or clandestinely and mischievously failed to talk about Chelsea's fall at the bridge.
Nana, DNA no.
Oh, so yes, I'm about because you're honest too.
No, it's not about being honest. It's about my time and what I can do within that time.
I can give you all the time you want. No matter my more time. No, my time.
No, I understand you.
One both defense now, but say against this West Ham team, Oman consider,
including and I'm saying that I'm in a very good mood. I'm in a charitable mood. My man, time.
Odo 11.
No, on can. I have time. No, come on.
I know, but no, you see, Oba be so. So we have to go according to what. Yeah, Nana.
Metia more time.
Yeah.
I met my more time. Eddie I can't quite Chelsea fast to lose 4-2 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I was Stamford Bridge, you know.
That's why I'm also trying to make you understand. And you say Michelle, that's me catch your school. But then also,
where's a man for Bejaw?
No, just saying. Now Afcon, then your mama cheche, mama, pensing from Afcon.
And I'm saying, Sibia won him dear, Casa Ghana for TNT, and then Juada, make come da come 5 minutes. Finalize the Chelsea Wolverhampton Wanderers. You just say Chelsea, no, it's say.
Nana. If you're a Chelsea fan, this is to all Chelsea fans.
Yeah.
And this is how I'm going to start this submission.
Yeah.
That if you're a Chelsea fan, you should be a happy person.
Now, okay.
Now I'm telling you, say, if you're a Chelsea fan, now this is the time for you to be happy. Nana, you need to allow me to arrive.
Talk about Garnacho celebration. 5 minutes.
Tio, I'm talking about Chelsea. You've given me the time to talk about Chelsea. And I'm saying, say, if you're a Chelsea fan, Nana, don't look at this scoreline and think say it's all over. No. What did you say 2 weeks ago? The high-flying United now, yeah, but I should talk about United. They were just 1 point ahead of Chelsea. If you had won the game, Nana, if you had won the game, from a tactical perspective, no emotions, no sentiment attached, Nana, you would have understood why Chelsea lost to Wolves. So we need to honor our game now. And in this game, I believe that even the coach will come out. Yes, even the coach, Nana, has come out to talk about what? The way they managed the game after taking the lead against Wolves. And the Wolves, we had a United caution of 4-3. On Thursday night. It's the same Wolves, Nana. They just failed to manage. There's nothing wrong with Chelsea, Nana. There is nothing wrong with the team. If you follow the team and you've watched them play,
you should be happy.
You should be happy because they are still.
Nana, they are losing 4-2.
They are steering towards the right direction.
With these results.
You see, Inter America does football, Nana. You need me to show.
But you do obedience so they would do any back on there.
Debbie, Nina too no. But if one is working, Nana, then maybe you could choose to what? To neglect the other.
Brofun kwao.
And yeah, bro.
Okay, I'm for obisu uhuchiro sa
They don't say it. I'm trying to explain to you. You see, Chef, Nana, one of Chelsea's biggest problems this season has been the Caicedo-Enzo partnership. And I've said this before. Caicedo is struggling.
They have to play for 10 years before.
No, Nana, one season pair can just make a team click. Maybe they need preseason together.
You are not convincing me.
No, Tieni America, no. I'm trying to explain to you
how admit they were that bad and lost.
They were bad on the day.
And they lost.
Okay,
yeah.
But it's not the end.
They were bad and they lost.
Yes. But it's not the end. That's why if you're a Chelsea fan, you need to be proud of this team.
That they were bad and they lost.
Yes, but it's not the end.
And that you should be happy.
But it's not the end.
Too, your team was bad.
The team was bad.
And they lost.
And
relax. And as a fan, I should be happy.
Nana, because we are looking at the long term. Make your projections. If the average age of this team, Thiago Silva, he's close to 40. Nana, we have 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds playing this team.
And granted, they are second right to dream for the Omar.
Did you hear what Ten Hag said about United? Also, he's happy when he sits back and sees 𝐒𝐕𝐄, Garnacho, Højlund, 21 years, 19 at also energy. So now if you have a 20-year-old and 19-year-old,
as I said, you are taking your inspiration from Ten Hag.
No, Nana, and it's not from Ten Hag, but I'm taking it from Nana. A very
Obre.
I'm trying to explain. Yeah. Who be phone lines now? Any Chelsea fan who calls,
will be happy.
They will tell you how proud they are of this team, and I'm proud of this Chelsea team. Nana,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, Nana.
Nana,
I'm telling you, every Chelsea fan should be proud of this Chelsea team, Nana.
Because they lost 4-2.
No. It's America does it. Look, Nana, at the development of 𝐶𝐕𝐄 and tell me the players individually, David, Odu that Salevu. Nanedu will attest to that. Every Chelsea fan will attest to that. David can say he knows. We've seen the guy. Me, Nana, I criticize 𝐶𝐕𝐄. Nana, level now we do a coaching in a coaching papa. Shaboy no.
Gadola and coaching.
Nana Chelsea for this situation no. The Ten Hag and other coaches no. May you sure so because all my practices say and 𝐿𝐴 be almost sacrifice coach no. Oma decide say Pochettino no young man but no be 𝐿𝐴 pan the place here their money
𝐿𝐵𝐹a
Chelsea team we.
Yeah.
𝐿𝐵𝐹a.
Remember up to July. They already miss home.
No, but the coach is not going anywhere. I've
not said the coach. Mr. Up to July. And in football, there's nothing like never.
Oh no, never say never. But in common, me mate sa akoso. Within the Chelsea hierarchy, the coach is not good. No, man, this one in a century way scoreline. This once in a century way and they see. No, Chelsea fans should be happy. They should be happy. Nana,
insane crying.
So, ebeba en kakakra.
Obi ase 3-1 kan wan sem cry.
No, you pushed me.
All right, let's go to some of our messages, okay, before we head for the break. That Techno Mobile last year, that Max Biasi, and our film pool, start times, okay. We say good morning to the team. Joe, understand that this Chelsea midfield is working, bro. Jadon Sancho, 𝐿𝐴. This one says, good morning, Max Group. 2 games, 8 goals conceded. 11th position, over £1 billion. NDK, who am I? Manchester United made my day for me yesterday. Happy for Højlund. My greetings to the number 1 teacher, Sir Ben. He's a teacher at Dodowa Hillview Secondary School. Thank you. I'm Rosie 17 from Dodowa. This one says, good morning, Nana. Please, is Josiah a Chelsea fan? Action, the boat driver. A whole Josiah didn't say anything about United and Onana. Wow. This one says, see this, why I hate Chelsea fans and the club as a whole. Even as bad as they play, the fans still brag. Kai, he doesn't want to talk about Onana's clean sheet too. Okay. Are you? This one says, hello NDG. I was a bit nervous in the early embers of the game, but my darling club United were able to turn on the lights, and the icing on the cake was how we mimicked Kudu's celebration by making it the picture of the decade. Humble Lion, is still my sobriquet. Listening live inside Kwashibu. We are see more fire. Oh, Joe. I know the twice now. I say good morning, Max FM. I see a friend of Max Form or Medina. Please tell Josiah to speak the truth. The problem of Chelsea is the owner. I say good morning, Nana. There's nothing wrong with this Chelsea team that lost 4 goals to 2 at home, but there's everything wrong with Man United. Hey, you go talk through Anyami. Ni from KG. This one says, hypocrisy means being who you are. Or say hypocrisy means being who you are not, and not an insult. Josiah is simply a hypocrite. Ni do ewo colleague or say enye did attempt. So I'm sure you are not offended. Well, it's a good morning, Nana Darkwa. I shamed somebody on your show and you cautioned me, but you just did the same to your pundit, David Washerman. Oh, David. Oh, David. David. Matthias, yeah, interesting. This one says, good morning, Nana. I've heard Josiah's submissions, but today's one, he got it wrong on the Chelsea issue. I'm Lois, inside Tema Community 8. Na prewa to asemu odejeba. Osi Onana has shamed Josiah Basa. Alex from Oyarifa. Osi Josiah is a hypocrite. His Chelsea team is a disgrace. Instead of him addressing the problems of Chelsea, he rather wastes all the time talking about Erik ten Hag, Onana, and United. Shame on him. Alex from Oyarifa, Ghana flag. Nana de ma prewa to hey. Nana Darkwa, you are a very good host because Josiah is something else. He used over 10 minutes to talk about Nigeria alone. I wonder he didn't even talk about Arsenal, Liverpool, and Chelsea's game. And boom, he jumped to the Serie A, Girona. When did we start talking about Girona's match, leaving Barcelona's match, Liverpool, Bayern, and hey, this is your man. We're a Kumasi boy or Spintex. I know the way by. And says, good morning, NDG. It's Il Capitano. I'm listening to you live in Tema Community 1, Site 17. NDG, yesterday Man United made my day for me. And sorry to the Blues and NDG. I want to say a very big thanks to all 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 members for the good job they did last weekend. God bless all of them. And to all 𝐒𝐿 fan members, 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿, 𝐒𝐿 Basa Basa. This one says, good morning, Nana. Talking about Garnacho's goal celebration, he didn't copy Kudus, but rather he copied his idol, CR7 celebration. I'm Israel from 𝐿𝐿𝐕𝐄. Right, yeah, that's it. We say, good morning, Max FM family. This is Ofer Nana Richard. About the German Bundesliga, Bayern will outplay and score Leverkusen a lot if Leverkusen plays his normal attacking game. Bayern has been using this style and are better at it. They should go and ask Dortmund, but I'm tipping Leverkusen 2 goals. Leverkusen has an edge over Bayern with 87% form and Bayern with 80%. There's going to be a title decider and a tight match with Bayern on 2 wins and 2 draws and Leverkusen with 1 win in their last 5 matches. We know we don't use form to argue. Ano, a Star Times installer at East Legon Pass and Bluegate, at Emils Mason, at Boschek Cosway, a great listener of Max FM. Thank you, Richard. We're grateful. We'll go for a break very soon. Sadiq is at Kaswa. Sadiq says, hi, Nana. Good morning. Hope you guys are good. Nana, you guys are hilarious today. And please, did you watch before the penalty kicks when the players were resting and the technical team were choosing the penalty kickers? If you did, you'd have heard Williams asking where the number 6 of Cape Verde was going to place his kick. And the technical team said left. So all I'm saying is it wasn't a fluke that Williams knew where all the kicks were going to be. And he executed the plan expertly. The technical team were on top of their game. Sadiq El Kaswana the way by. We say, good morning, Nana. Okay. I was keen to listen. What's his name? All right. Kofi's at Kazo. It says, the politicians are milking the Ghanaian disappointments in their elimination from the AFCON. When local players are leaving the country every day to countries such as Iraq, Ethiopia, and India. How can anybody build the Black Stars with locally based players who are paid less than $100 a month? Some politicians are even making Ghanaians believe that GFA can be dissolved when it's an association of football owners who are privately running football. It's like government threatening to dissolve the GPRT or GBA. Kofi is in Kasoa, and he's also saying that I was keen to listen to your program today because of the EPL's interesting results. Chelsea conceded 4 goals and a total of 8 goals in 4 days. Onana kept a clean sheet and Man United won by 3-0. De Zerbi's Brighton won 4 goals. I was keen to listen because of Josiah, who always targets criticism at Onana, Man United and De Zerbi, and will never talk negatively about Pochettino's Chelsea after spending over £1 billion and are 11th on the EPL. This is Kofi from Kasoa, and it's a straight jab to Josiah. We used to say, my name is Lil E. Why are you not talking about this Tottenham goalkeeper, Guillermo Vicario? My friend, Nana Quatin. Nana Quatin is a brother of the late Ebony, Nana Hima, the musician. Quatin is an expert in foreign football, and he's a specialist in German football. But he has broad knowledge on, European football. And all catch him say, Vicario no, obetu Donnarumma enche. I see Vicario now is better than Donnarumma in every aspect of the game. I was arguing because I've critically not taken a look at Vicario and his qualities. But the Lil E, they are sending me. I'm a Madrid Cody and Nana Quatin catch him and so about Vicario. As a matter of fact, Quatin was the first player to mention this player to me. Rodrigo Di Paul, Abranobo Udino. I didn't really pay attention to him. And fast forward, he became a World Cup winner last year. And the Quatin, they were saying for him now on him metinase. And I've told him that no please can't say me boy once I'm the naba. Yeah. Nana, sorry I didn't greet you. The Mali team has shown me Pepe. NDG, can you believe I was planning to visit my father's land Mali for the first time in my life? After 3 decades, I changed my mind. I'm not going again. Mustafa Abib and I support Nigeria. I'm Egbone Yaro from Lakeside, Landry Boss. Good morning. Good morning. The use of the word what in your submission is too much. The current speaker is becoming too monotonous. Asu. Good morning, Nana Darkwa. Thanks for the good work done, Nana. I tip South Africa and Congo in the finals. I'm Oscar, the taxi driver, Nungwa Methodist. Okay, we could break this year. Good morning. This is Junior Tengak from Tantra Hills. Chelsea has conceded 8 goals in 2 matches, but Josiah has been blindfolded to see how bad his team has been. A team that has spent over $1 billion in a single transfer window, but always saying bad things about Onana because of the hatred he has against him. You think so? I don't think so. Hi, Nana. My Barca won the game easily, and Xavi is learning something. Bexca Barca, Bexca Catalonia. I'm 5-star. Okay. Good morning, Nana TCL and your regular listener, Den Sleep Benjiro, listening to you live inside Tamanu Town. I thank God Almighty for your lives. My team Chelsea will bounce back strongly. Nigeria is winning the cup. Greetings to all my friends. Boss Spencer, Kofi Salary, Brasoa, Snell, Ateta, Pincho, Big Money, and to all Parliament and 4K members. It's 10 minutes after 11 on the show, Sports Park, on Max 89.7 in Accra, maximum 104.3 in secondary Takrade. We'll go for a break. When we come back, the Ghana Black Stars coaching 𝐿𝐏𝐿 Koso and the President's Cup, ASEC Kotoko, GFA meeting the President Kumasi. What's the idea behind this meeting?
89.7 Max FM.
Heartbeat.
phones ahodo a aiwa hodin ne bo no so wo form a obetima use amana chama odwumedie bia odi bia no ebedi no kwan sonko so eno a any techno mobile ene omo bi on store foforo kra a obora ho a wankasa obo nsampa eho anika eho efe enyoma so de abucho ewo ho techno phones no type ben and I'll be right showroom a unyebi your Spark 20 your Camon 20 your Phantom V Fold your Phantom Flip Fold sounds so ena your Phantom X2 your Techno Spark 20 ni nyina bi oba ya tete ne bo no so ani ka sem ne kra ne sem o tono ne ma wa chede nti se umma the new ultra modern techno exclusive shopper ye bie no second floor da Command Junction na mesre Chibanyen na obeto mobile phone ya ubunsa mpani ampa 1-2 sika ntwene na say ye be say nyoma eye ententema na onware hare wunti Max buy on shop e wo Ghana for na nyinara eho ena ya petit techno phones ni bi akwa uduru a ubenye bi ato simple be say ofrem penifone wo mu twetwe nkomo wa ahoma so a ube free wo mu e wo 059 69 13298 and 059 69 13320 for more details. Max buy any techno na kabuma any Max buy on so ye on ton techno phones ni bi and so Max buy nye no kwa on na on ewo TV sa ya titi ni bo no so refrigerators on freezers on washing machines on sound bars omo enyoma edisi efie nyinare bi home appliances asem na mi ken enti boro on so ye ubenya enyoma bi ato abraibo no eda form untimi nto na mon kom Max by so ye ashita for Ghana for na nyinara ya ma kwanya se obetima shop online eno aso about www.maxbuy.com.gh www.maxbuy.com.gh now on Max buy etimi aide ahwe abomu kan ho taichi ene de dwumede eba na premium motor say anya bia wabe omo so ye na nsentem unya mfa wa fa we sanse omo kofa Renault car foforo kra abakroma car no ye fe no the Renault Taliant sakai Renault for sit a 1.0 liter turbo engine a utrem se utwi a awomka anije ufa na kwa eninti experience innovation and embrace the magic of the new 1.0 liter turbo engine of the Renault Taliant. Yes, say, cruise in style and celebrate the joy of driving. Yes, turn up in the new year in your Renault Taliant. And I may come from out. Obedi me do any actually premium motors are say ewo Atiko Junction, Dr. Buzia Highway. And now ube follow more social media handles so on Instagram at Renault GH Renault Taliant. Get whatever you want from life. Quaye Nana Adu. They are proud sponsors of the Sports Park on Max 89.7. from the Executive Council of the GFA. Now, you see, on my meeting, and this is the outcome of the meeting they had. Don't be too eager to listen, okay? Because the Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association will have an interactive session with the media at the Lancaster Hotel in Kumasi on Wednesday, 7th February 2024. The session is in conformity with the Meet the Press series, which was instituted by Mr. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 administration. President Simon Okreku, Executive Council members, General Secretary Prosperity Ado, some departmental and committee heads, and other key officials of the Ghana Football Association will be in attendance to interact with the media. This edition comes off at the Lancaster Hotel in Kumasi at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, 7th February. The top for Bomina is a GFS one in Central for Kwakushia, Nyame Admo Ukwada, our Lancaster Hotel Kumasi. Na, eno and she say, Yera 𝐾𝐂𝐂𝐊 by now or the two aquemu, and inti say Yako Afkwaba. Near the Tarena away. Na Anko Yedia, ne will be so on in Central for Ebedin Shemu. In Namia Duma Ukwada Basso. Ghana League Clubs Association, so they are to just a fee President's Cup. Côte d'Ivoire team Asec Mimosa, Womo any Asante Kotoko. Ena ebebo sanso ena GFA ama approval said this year 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 Foundation Cup no Nswachiman FC ena Fimpo Asante Kotoko ena dibebo. This game is slated for 18th February ewo Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Kilowatt hot beats.
The coaching issue, Meet the Press in Kumasi, and of course, the President's Cup and the 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 Cup. And the FA Cup maybe she until this time round, no, because to connect Karela and the Akia be Chikaka. Report I made today say this weekend because to connect Karela and they like this Basso. Send a bear. Even your opportunity about the 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 Cup no. The period that I think you bought FA Cup no. Now I mean that's our story now. Those are the issues that air cost. The Meet the Press is very important. Me feel say immediately after AFCON no. Now I think you're putting your mind in place. Now very important. Na only press needing come watch let's say nyame especially when you go to tournament actually so na abysmal performance from our team you be no opportunity edim come back sir into what situation you find yourself now na hu be hia say you know medim come into I'm happy say the Football Association it takes this idea into consideration Omusia Central for. Oh, Kumase. May you sure say bia later on. Omu your mother young idea so fine. Because yeah, you were having an opportunity to meet the association penning for. In your medin cover. Now you shall the skill a course of pan. Oh, Ivory Coast. The reason why we failed. And I be a cover.
All right. Back on the lines. You be interview real quick. As an independent Kasakwa, Onya Dajo, Bebli Nana Adu by force. About 11:29. Yani former technical director of the Ghana Football Association and one of the most respected and renowned Ghanaian coaches, Coach Oti Atkinson, and Echichin Command pay Max 89.7 Wakra, maximum Susu Ewo Takrade. Good morning, Yamiba.
Hey, Englishman, is that Agua?
Yamiba.
Hey, Englishman, when you say only Tony and I'm over the same place, I'm watching on this arrow.
I say entertain out the man is be out training and Yadinam sa.
Hey, Englishman.
The great Oti Atkinson. Coach na mpacho wait there GFA for na freo.
GFA.
When you call free oh.
Oh, I don't know so from me.
And I see Ghana should coach.
Nana said there almost many more you might say chum.
Na be ye de na ye busa say Seka Ghana epe coach now why technical director that and I know that many Ghanaians also know say you've been on a committee ya kwakwa you should coach about Ghana dan nti ene na yes ye prepare lawyer for all me adwuma bank no ma be boa me akofa coach nti na me bisa sa anya bia ye mfra obi ana.
And I said, if you are not being in Ghana, then I'm the Crest, the old Canadian Crepa said, Coach is a about Ghana in Yamia Daruma. I'm saying, and Mr. Cosente, maybe I know Mujami Muda, and maybe on the committee in Ibiano, Yana Yamia Dumunti, Yana Mamadi Magdalene Kakra, Esobeka home. And the CAD, I'm saying, if we are almost one, almost Nimbian, so any moon change, you know. Yanka committee, no. Nana Dimin to me, Kawi, almost India. Almost Sevilla, you will be a wing as a bit in Yakano. If you are not the CAD, and yet Ghana food, I'm saying. And I'm Togo near Benin near Inamoso.
Mpacho say Afcon Ghana Koboy when di achire pa na Ghana samba fie first round do eya wanwa.
Oh na say adi de mu nyina obia eye na je say ye mode moro de eye na susu no eya de a ebitube dia course competition. Only say yeah Ghana for na yeah fair to ourselves. I
say na
who say na unim say ye be yadie. But it be a intimate for enko je no. And this some crowd some way idea say there was no pressure. I'm saying pressure be on two almost. And that was another thing I'm feeling like between me and Boama almost so more than on the team across. And say, oh, it's here. Omonko yadi na because the players in our mono, Omo Emranti and the doors of it need you say, I knew you crown, a better abo a friends and work up on a bit me abo I am a team. And now we know now, yeah, if you can beat me up, boy, and I'm way forward to the work up. If you to me, I'll cost a my. If you and you say to me a high too much, you know, I need to say, you know, what I idea, dear, but I need to say, you beat me a few moon temps, by needing to beat my idea. And she say, a few more, surprisingly, a kid to say, baby, now you free morona, and I have.
ne mum no na nya ade a na ɛyɛ te sɛ yɛ ka sɛ ɔmo nkɔgye cap no mbra anasɛ mbɔna na
no crepa
nti na deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ nom no
okay
but encourage say yɛyere yɛ ho na once I still ya ne wɔ competition mu na afei another AFCON so wɔ ano ha yɛ sɛ yɛtumi bɔ mmɔden na yɛnsɛe team no koraa completely deɛ wɔ mu a ne sɛ ɛsɛ yɛbɔ mmɔden na efiefoɔ no so kakrakra bi ɔmo bɔ mmɔden no te sɛ lamte no mu ne yɛnom sɛ yɛde ɔmo kɔɔ yɛ kebi yɛ bɛma ɔmo so opportunity ni ahwɛ na competition ne wɔ hɔ ɛwɔ fie a ɔmo fira ama na ne ba no so na ɔmo ntumi nya ɔmo ho saa sɛ o ade meyɛ den a mɛbɔ wɔn yɛyi saa numission no firi hɔ nom a ebi sɛ ebitumi aboa yɛ as you are doing that no na yɛabɔ mmɔden English one as you are doing that no
aye
yɛbɔ mmɔden sɛ ebitumi ayɛ yɛn nkɔla ne team no yi the junior teams no and
I say when the fundamentals are weak competitions will expose you
say, exactly eti yɛn problem kɛseɛ no ne sɛ ɛmɛ biara no yɛde firi soro ɛna ɛba fam ɛna dan so sɛ wosi ne sɛ woanya foundation papa a wode blocks no gu so asɛ bɛsɛ abu
the quarry
wohu saa nti ebi a sɛ deɛ mekan ebi a yɛnya aduru baabi a yɛduru yi yɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛbɛbɔ the next AFCON no na yɛbɛsan abɔ World Cup no yɛmɛ yɛni mmere kɛse paa sɛ yɛfɔm no yɛbɛhyehyɛ ne yie because sɛ wɔn pyramid no ifraseɛ wakɔ Egypt da so sɛ English one sɛ Egypt deɛ wakɔ a wɔn pyramid no sisi hɔ no wɔn aseɛ no ɛsoso papa na yɛde adeɛ agogo a na akɔduru ɛsoro na yɛaka abɛboa no akɔyɛ te sɛ triangle bi no nti yɛmmie yɛni na aseɛ no nkɔla no deɛ ɛsi ɛhwɛ wɔn yie U13 ne U15 ne ho mo ɛsi yɛtumi mmie yɛni na yɛhwɛ ne nyinaa yie kama na yɛbɔ mmɔden sɛ ɛsoro no bɛyɛ no ne abɔ mmɔden sɛ aseɛ no deɛ ɛbɛyɛ very very solid yɛyɛ saa deɛ a ebɛtumi aboa yɛ sɛ wɔn nyinaa na mo ka sɛ wotia kɛntɛ agye no ɔpɛ nkɔla football ne wawae but nana sɛ aseɛ no nyɛ a ɛso no ɛyɛ yie ɛna yɛn mpanimfoɔ no soso no mmerɛ biara no ɛyɛ soro no ɛso ɛna wɔn hwɛ so black star obiara black star sɛbi mo yɛn mmɔden yɛn building through form wohwɛ Mr. Benkofi 5-year plan a ɛbaeɛ no a yɛ a yɛ nyinaa yɛn ne yɛde yɛn ho dɔm yɛ a yɛde baeɛ no sɛ mo se yɛsɛ yɛn philosophy ɛdeɛ bɛn paa na wonyɛ mfiri Benkofi ayi no mu yɛ a nyame yɛ yɛadom kɔsi antakyi so baeɛ a wansɛe Benkofi 5-year plan no ɔbɛhyɛ ne ma ɛyɛ no 5-year football development and yes ade ɔde ka ho yɛ business development what you say nti kyerɛ football no so yɛ business anasɛ mbɔ
pure business
saa na kyerɛ nti ade a msakosi no de kyidi bɛka ho no nti megyi sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wɔnum nyinaa no yɛyɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ aseɛ ne yɛyɛ wei nyinaa na yɛwɔ blueprint sɛ wofiri under 13 a wobɛkɔ under 15 wofiri under 15 a wobɛkɔ under nyɛ sɛ bi a wo nyinaa mbɛkɔ but nucleus sɛ bi a sɛ yɛwɔ under 24 no bɛsɛ 20 a wokɔ under 23 a ɛsɛ bi a yɛde bɛsɛ 15 bi so what the nucleus
Matias pa
to the nucleus from one level to the other 13 15 17 20 maybe almost 19 na kwa na fa akwa kuturu soro right yes maybe no ebeboa ye won say Nigeria and Cameroon maybe they fell short of kan ye dey ato ye ni o say maybe na omo eni enkola ayi
na nkoye kra
that's right you know yes adia obebre the fact aye nti o say maybe no na and odi akan dem say go for di matem saa But
na
me say
nyamba me bi so abra na we technical director no nkomo bi ba to the point of getting a DNA for Ghana football. FAW Eddie but I don't know what you have to say about it.
Oh, so meaning say FA me say FA I DNA very very good. But what share the na is there any different
That was the question. That was the question I was about to ask.
That's right. You were so close to some of us. And who the have been coffee yini na never the any question the Kibaya or Christian to 4 years. Any the any any FIFA Nema. I think I did a lot of grassroots work.
Yes.
A lot of grassroots work. From backed by FIFA. So here FIFA they buy a cry U15 buy bone 2016 or 2015 2016 Ghana the team your friend saying Zito Edikoji
under 20 no
under 20 Mauritania no and yeah U15 now many did Dramani
Mekai pa Mekai
okay yes start yes yeah
it was a nationwide tour.
Okay, sir. A nationwide tour before that, no. Okay, sir. FIFA. Emma, me that time I call Switzerland. They said me call Kumasino.
Aye.
Oh, because we were doing it, and I was part and parcel of what was happening. Even there, and you're here. What is here?
I know correct.
It's a buy and you represent the G2 more is so mono. Yeah, yes, I nationwide the U15 and no sir ubusa Zito obeka chiro say ade a odekọji sir enkwala no but unim de esi ye nipa countries miensa ye FIFA maya kwanya ewa Africa ye sha ate no ye ni Uganda na Senegal one more ye ni Uganda for the ekọbọ finance na wo Mauritania anazemboa
Aye.
Incidentally so it was a program
but interestingly it is a Senegal coach but interesting Senegal for now said eso abamomo with regards to national team football at the top
well daho eti the say bia no nyame yadom ma itimi at the end of the day no me the nyame say obi antimi mo me so bo say Utia Kente or the football no idia grow. Baby the way they are obetosini. But at least me give say the next year you be next year. I did say almost best I be money say. Almost better say ye technical directorate a technical directorate Ye bema say it me technical directorate ni ye pa. Ebe take it 3/4 of a juma. As
we speak, and I even join your era and the current era, do we just have a technical directorate existing by name, and I say a functional technical directorate whose work is impacting on Ghana football?
If at that time, the technical directorate, I see it is not implementation, you do baby. Not adding, but there was a lot of recognition, except to say, the president of your workman, that technical director, a home no any panel, a door to change, your friend say, a door to change
in the administrative staff, eh?
Exactly, because you will not get less than, maybe I Akwenya, Mr. Kosei Chima, I call Ireland. Me catch it say. Technical directors, so a better with people technical directors of the FA. What did the mission say?
Aye.
It's I said, youth developer no ibia nche chirimu kakra baby women football form Ubenya competition department on the form of Ubenya Ebia grassroots, you know, just say any panel samosa even in Africa, because South Africa, because we technical directorates, you will not get less than 30 people there. The technical directorate alone. It's not because they say, "Would me a better technical directorate?" Now, a functionable. Half of 3/4 of your job at the F, you know, solved. Honestly.
Wow. Okay, now.
Oh yeah. Honestly.
Okay.
As a pan American, but say did you grow? Na yeah, making. Na yeah, it's a dream who saying can you technical directories, you know. You bring regional technical directories. What does it?
They could be under the regional football associations. RFA, every RFA office must have an RFA technical directorate office.
Not just a national director, no, technical director no, of a national, you know. Only the
because Ejuma when Ejuma Obaku phone call betima ye.
That's right. Every master Obwa and easy. Now they also me cry do baby. I said there were certain times there. Car for me contra me Kaisa me contra me call Gambia.
Aye.
We could be 1.5 months setting up the current technical directorate of Gambia. Men like car for me set it up. With the technical director now currently. Men I'm set it up.
Wow.
It you know we imagine say unkwa na hold more. Send what good directorate you know. Me bwana. Because the car for you must make us a manenko. It may no fortunately for me, no, not Didi Dramani, no machi, but on also saying, and I owe a reference director or reference manager. Maybe time no dear a higher account no. Only reference manager, and I'm a man also you set it up yinya Obaba ko Barbara Yanka ya also no act emayen na me name secretary Samira the current is all there honum wow ena ye wo Didi Dramani e wo machi na isa nisa but at least na ye bibi say nyame charge em say Caesar no more at the office wa one more a no more, but I say it's me young people.
Right.
Youth development coach, see a mano a coach, see under 17 day one a crack. As I say, even your friends say me drive you know my meeting me free and conform on my here documented into my free now to be very honest directly in there so much me in the year now making you beat me district you know
regional outcome okay
now supervisor and technical director no from the national you know call around no after what is happening na abia onen for the did in common na bibi on mo say ultimi ya yenya fortnight ibia reports na ohwimu no yenya implementation ya another thing say obey in na fe obet na implementation so itimi ye ni ya to be honest ebe boy ama yen football no so atimi akona lim
right
na hu say ade no say anya sa anya ma wo munyina dia let's say blast and go and be matches nko dia and ebeduru hono na asana e basa aka ho let's do all these things, get the grassroots together. Let's take a very, very important year with the grassroots. Now you have elite youth. Now if you understand, you call elite honum. That should build you the pyramid. Oh, the pyramid, you know. Yenye pyramid. And one a pyramid in the year. You see that football, no, you have problems with it. But I think I say, me just soon say, you go for you come by, you know, now. yema coaches ni nyina yesi apam omo no na yentumi anye report bia free omo ho just one way omo yesa akofa omo ba where do they start from? Which one?
It's a good question, but Busa said a technical report probably is a confidential document. Maybe I'm not creating their mom, but it's not in the public domain.
Okay, and then so much me nya no sadia. And the papa to be very honest. The omo nya and any problems na na yesa akomu.
I know quite.
You way forward, you know, and ebe him for.
Okay. Good. Where they
very very vital.
Yeah, but see Josiah Quaye Nana Adu. Yeah, say over the last time somebody was telling us over 400 applications have come for the vacant. And I know catch say any Bebli now apply for Black Stars coaching job no. Ebi before can wa bro fu can you say ejuma betimi dey magana ni bi.
Oh, say no na nka ye try say nka beba say ne dey coach ni dey unya dey obetimi aye ejuma na ma odi ya. Say every asset friends criteria at all.
And criteria once just work coach 15 years.
15 years no dey. Once experience no dey ye nkotono market o wuza.
Aye.
Unya say odi ye ejuma na odi na 15 years experience dey. Say na say ye Ghana coaches ni nyina free mu. Alasemboa.
So far the Yanyan interest Max Okunedu ni Michael say pe and apply.
And so more apply next 15 years omo omo ni 15 years no dia na just and after years say omunya the topmost
say licenses a more do power we are saying na me be said
topmost and I make a topmost license no so there and only the CAE there currently and only a pro license.
Now Mubusa say is that a guarantee for success ana?
Hey, the no mum there omodi ahwe and the meeting nka.
Ebio so who a coaching instructor, who a FIFA coaching instructor. And Mubusa say
exactly.
Does a pro license guarantee success for a coach ana?
A part of the criteria name no to me encourage say with me no no kwa bitimi akire wa ma wo ba ubidi nkunim dabi ene de untimi nkan sa kata eno ewo ho kata ne de boa wo se odi be pe adwuma no nemum no se adwuma na nkasa so bunim wo ubi ho no ma no sa kata we andu so na adwuma no ebe ye de ama no wo de me kire no be duru ba bi no so no ma ta ahwe o experience no a odi akochi bi a country bi and I say club bi and now yeah no so kura unya say performance na the same who win matches the same who lose matches the same engagement with that country and I say saying age saying I just say anyama Bebli ebebem and you be I know that the Omakano and no qua be no dear a bibia a kahwama a jumano and quana de Limum no to share no qua no one can say we and I say we are any inquiry in this maybe I don't think so. It's a criteria that they want to put together. Into put it together am the pass Maxwell so actually I did even say you not to change almost apply for. Yes, say Ibia say genuine work there. Very, very genuine there. Yes, because we go no salaries is what does it?
Aye.
It is a so kind of salary no balance also bejo dama. Na utimi nya dama no say no so asemo.
All right. Okay. To
be very honest, the Jesus Senka, I am a young say, Bebli Sadina Akati, young coaches in Bebli off. And Kibia Kadipa say, and Numbi and Asia apply. Ibianka, Eboko, Nakibia, yɛtumi make up to be very honest media ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛnyɛ o yɛ coaches yi wɔn nyɛ bad o would you look at when Kosi Appiah was there who said about now you will see any view me wa
yenya abotre kakra
now no so nke Cameroon the first
Cote d'Ivoire ni MS5
Cote d'Ivoire ni kwa de kitu bi o me my friend you do me better me ka ho asebunti I'm telling you well when it just Kosi Appiah no nka ba now no ko ma ye ayi Morino no mu to be very honest well and maybe I did this one like person nke ba during you know and can no so na nke pa nka Kosi Appiah can't be obey bia no nko be fa ye local coaches ni you well no ma better camp no ma hwe de ekoso na nti ofri here no ko another camp no ye better for another two coaches aba be ka ho ono ani staff no mu
wow
na afi almost about the no moko eti ebeduru ba bi no na che say yen coaches yi empenifo yi obia ba national team camp da eti ni Saudi adwuma bi ma no kwa even for nkora ni mo a obeye no correct eno ni ade a na ka ye adwuma o ni ade a na ye ka Kosi Appiah ba be shasie na ye di ato ensaniani na ye eti ka beduru ba bi na che say ka coach bia nya that experience and for antiasie and your coaches need be so fees na say things any pack akra ni bit ma coach you
no correct
hint is obi anya kwaya memoa na ne bu ofu o say we set and on permasem but na ni na e plan until this will have been a wonderful opportunity you can Kosi Appiah again my yen when you now see a class junior na ke ye pa ke beboa say ebeduru baby no I hope you say bia we no kura bitimi afa coach bi o baby no bia camp bia obe bia no offer two local coaches no ma ba beboa no moko another camp two local coaches no ma beboa no moko another campus until think ebeduru baby no now what you build the confidence of so many of our local coaches no that
no crepa
nanka boa amanyema ko easy see yes, I have to encourage you. Well, you see, a very good coach like Didi Dramani. Now, your uniform is here. You, well, we are that will be sent.
Wow.
We are very sad.
Yeah, Simo.
You could see an area, no. You know, and cook around the area.
Wow,
it's a scenario. Maybe the local coaches, you know, I am a maomo. But baby, I need a bird do a mukoropa, nanke a quite chilipa, but that's notwithstanding. I believe it is not the end of Ibiase. I know that Ibia they also fight their way back. Who knows? Ibiana a Makiosene Masokonedu. Ibiana or more akunya impact kesiye
right
ewo committee for learning nti ye mompaye ne say between ayama enia but I still believe that the players are only very young. There are very very young talented be a woman
right
so you three boys here na ya high if you have build back a very good Black Stars. They look at some account. Can any different formats on the chairman?
I'm Pia Money, I'm a Senegal.
And I'm a Senegal. Boom. Now, if you feel for a bunting for the bar, among the eight, Charlie idea who is here 1 year who I won't cook. In January, in itself, require a very big challenge.
Right.
Okay, a bunting to we baba. No more can do. Me Dakra, we require MC say very unfortunate. And it doesn't also tell very well about the story of league. You know, your league one and now we commentary in the cacao. Who's a be a idea?
I mean, a be idea say I'm on the phone Bebli.
Me say baby allow me one say a first between United this was na very ball. Yeah, yeah, bad grow.
Cranny idea.
Ah, you need ball, papa. The chimney yas and Kitwaka. Oh, and so, yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe go for the old man of season committee me up national team will be straight the chin for. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And so, and I'm saying, and a buy into you will not even be counted. You will not even be minded.
You not be considered.
So, exactly. So, yeah, bomb model, yeah, it's me, any and could see a year, Juma. Now you put confidence in them. So, is it all here, and this will be called local player, and you begin at them. You begin at them. Oh, but because and also encourage you almost on boys. They say I play box to box play a play first
Party.
There be boy back on first. The other more will be play.
Majid
the play. You know if you say enka edia enka.
Kalam te dimpo.
That's right. Say, you know, we bought 10 minutes. I say, you maybe I am to class, and to be obeying my part.
No crap.
I'm like I say, once I'm more than next match, and also bear 10 minutes. Oh, indeed, there's almost be a conyano, one more about, almost more than say, one number pedia, and Colano Sokaka. Yankasa, you say, a quembiason of my same party, it will be. We are a black star. Ubi or idea pa baby I am unable. But it do baby na the cross back it will be color it will be the assigned baby as in so I color with you. Mama enyejuma. How do you make it?
Matias.
I know it me the encouragement in me and Yamaka.
Right.
No, I wish him said that she be our be our number any sir. Na it be any other season so say you man on a now, more say, you may be all my still we are Ghanaians. Oh, still we are Ghanaians. It in the name of you, honest, or can I be a Nipano? Would you are now so or yeah, you must still be a football, the Mzayana, and Unanka, one general so a because having worked for a staff in FIFA for almost about 15 good years a year. I'm saying, and can say, Crasa, Unda.
No quarry.
It may be all the I am
right.
But and children come from also a bumpire. I think we buy and I remember who says Ghana for so what to me a mapa because no who is social media in the Catalonia, and me a champagne,
Oh, there be Ankasa. We've seen the success story of 𝐒𝐏𝐻𝐒 in that office as far as our national teams are concerned. Anya be in 2006, when you combine with Doya, Samade, Robert Saki Munyina, some of them even under your recommendations. We saw what our national teams did in AFCONs. Abraham was our office, so at least Ghana never went to an AFCON and exited in the prelims when you were there. When you and Jordan Nagla masterminded Ghana's team to win the Under-20 World Cup, we've seen the things you've done. But Mr. Amen Kasa, because we know what you have done and will continue to cherish your good works. Nyamishrao.
That's the English one. That's Bebli Nana Adu. I'm so my head touched, honestly.
Yeah. God bless you so much.
You did not you for Kasa. Your friend say maybe you for frame happy FM.
Aye.
Remember, I catch him say, my year a pamphlet in the trade pamphlet big kakra. Now me can say rebooting the young football and other related games, by
when that document is ready, you should bring it so that we go into it, interrogate it, and see how beneficial it's going to be for our football. Why?
I am a pamphlet.
Right.
No longer me ngoma bi a me so me ye otia kente the my nyina
Fantastic.
na at least we be no we say yes so the and I'm saying me the technical directorate no asem kakra ebem you say oh say technical directorate no fortunately me mum de me si fama makonya pa oh say ngoma o mutintin ya o mode ye the whole technical directorate for AU so me ye consultant kakra Africa me na me me gina mu ma Africa
Yeah.
you know at least building the technical directorate I'm sure say ninti na ka for ma me ko hwe me Gambia de nkwa me ye
Oh, coach, me aware. Who credentials the Bebli?
But me Gambia de me ye because woman no me very very much involved. Even one current team na e boy na kra. I'm say some na e sha say.
Yeah.
Yes, it's how mon kan kra. Yeah, me be and the technical director is still the one who is there. Some continue bibia oni eni din komo.
Yeah.
Eni me ko fu yi na din komo still. They also seek for some baby on what almost here bibia almost give me to me no. Almost from Ethiopia for Uganda for for Ubia Kakaka.
Coach, I bet Ebra a coin dema, you bet my kobu kumned waba studio. Shall be brave. Right. Shall. That's a great man we spoke to, Francis Otia Kenton, where 2006 Ghana Premier League best coach, 1998 Ghana Premier League best coach, were bronze medalist from Under-20 World Cup in Malaysia in 1997, or African Championship gold medalist from 1995, African Youth Championship. Oti was part of the technical team that took Ghana to Japan 93 Under-17. Yeah, Papa, now thank you, Nana Adu. Thank you, Josiah. Thank you, Tony. Production supported by NY, Holy, Filippo, Michael, Daniel, DJ Holy.